Hello everybody and welcome to the Westerley Race Season 3, race number 3, coming to you live from Westonia, the land to the southwest of London. Tonight we will be racing towards Eton College, the famous English school which has produced many Prime Minister, politicians, successful businessmen. That's where we're heading today. We've got a 9.9 mile, 16 kilometre race, only around 14 metres of elevation today. So it's going to be a very flat one. Definitely going to be one for the sprinters. No Caleb Ewan or Giacomo Nizzolo today for us to worry about. But if that sort of day where the lead-out trains and the fast men are going to have their fun, it's going to be a slightly technical run-in with a couple of sharp right-hand turns, but it's a fairly straight 500 metre shoot to the line at the finish. So who will be picking up the win today? Will it be Hader Aluni, our winner from race 1, Nick Greenall, our winner from race 2, or are we going to have a new winner today? We shall soon find out. We are 2.5 minutes away from the start, and there we are onto the start line. Let's see how things are going to shake out today. Currently 75 riders on the line. As always, a good turnout for the Westerley races, hosted by Westerley Cycling Club. And we've got a real rainbow of colours there. You can see some dirt jerseys, KISS jerseys. You see there that Nick Greenall, third down on the rider list on the left-hand side. Last fortnight's winner. He's on the front row. We've got some of the pedallers there in the orange rally kits. KISS racing teams. Simon Millen there from Southburn District Wheelers. James Melville, always one to keep an eye out for. Ned Bowen as well in the race. So there is everyone lined up. Rows of 10 on the start line there. Then it's filling up a little bit more. You can just see me there right at the back row in the dirt jersey. Dads indoors riding trainers. So just under a minute to go to the start then. Sure it's going to be a fairly quick getaway. We'll be bringing you some coverage of the whole field. Of course focusing on the front of the race, but with our dual camera setup provided by ZMS. We'll give you a broad view of all the action that's going on today. If you are watching on YouTube or Facebook, then please do drop us a comment in the chat and I will give you a shout out, answer your questions. I am also racing, so I will be doing as much multitasking as I can. Right, 15 seconds then. See the top right hand corner, 0.1% slope to get us going. Hardly anything. 15.7 kilometres. Right, off we go. I shot straight through to the front of the pack. I've got a bit too wild off the front there. And we are away. Now settling into the group. So 78 starters then. And we're ready, it's off quick. Up over 50 kilometres an hour for that initial period. Now we start to settle down, the group is formed. Looks like there's been a little bit of a split. I need to get my fans on, otherwise I'm going to overheat, even though it's only a short race. So it looks like 64 riders in this front cut. A couple of riders unfortunately dropped out the back early. 10 riders or so not making this front group. So we start to hit some of the early corners. Looks like could be James Melville off the front there. I know Alistair McAlpine, teammate of James Melville. Scottish riders in the GTN kits. Looks like he's going early, giving the field someone to chase. That'll keep the pace high. Keeps everybody in the pack honest. Who else have we got here then? Kenneth Fantina, Andrei Kajewski, Dan van den Linden. So a few riders there, familiar names to watch out for. A few new riders from the Bolt Racing team. I think possibly they could be in their first couple of races today. I know they're doing an elimination race after this, so good to see them getting involved with the Westerley Race. Put that right down in the action. There's Nick Stevenson, Westerley CC rider there in the purple kit. We hit the only meaningful little bump on this course. 0.8% gradient, and it's gently downhill. Kajewski now jumps on the front. He's got a teammate, Mark Robot, on there, accompanying the two Westerley Racing riders. Interesting to see Robot in the orange kit. That's the kit of the pedallers, the Westerley Racing rivals. And we can see how the bunch is just being spread out a little bit here. It's strung out, indication of the work being done on the front. A few riders just getting shipped out the back there as the pace increases back up over 50 kilometers per hour. Four minutes into the race, 3 kilometers down. And do check out the ticker that's running on the bottom of the screen. Just giving you a heads up on some other events that are coming up on RGT. We've got Kate doing the virtual Trans-America bike race, 4,200 miles. She's going to be doing that in around about 20 days, 200 miles a day, every day. That's starting in early June. And we've got the little 500 competition. That's a 2-day event coming up in just over a week's time, Saturday and Sunday. Time trial on the Saturday. Then I think it's a crit race on the Sunday. That's being hosted by the Echelon Racing League. So the pace is staying quite high then in this race. So yeah, Kate is doing the Trans-America bike race 6th to the 17th of June, 21 days. So she's training for next year's real world event, which crosses from Astoria in Oregon on the west coast of America. That's the Pacific coast. It goes up over the Rockies, through the flat central sections of Kentucky, and finishes in Yorktown, Virginia, one of the oldest settlements in America, over on the Atlantic coast. So Kate is going to be doing that virtually at home. I don't think it's going to be any easier than the real thing. 200 miles a day, back to back to back. So have a look for that on Facebook. There's a group for that and a sponsorship link if you want to donate a few dollars to a wonderful cause. And do go and check that out. So still pretty big pack then. We've got Walter Place there at 61st at the moment. He's one to watch out for later on in the mix. His position at the back there. That's just him wheel surfing. Probably a little bit out of position for him, he should be further up. Pedro Looney, he's right here in the middle of the bunch. Winner from 4 weeks ago in the first event of season 3. Right, 10 kilometres to go. And we are steaming along in excess of 40 kilometres an hour, 26, 27 miles an hour. We're doing this for 16 kilometres. You've been following the Giro. They're averaging 41, 42 kilometres per hour for 160 kilometres. Another little break off the front then. Arms, row bottom up there again. Arkenbach, Alumi, all up there as well, keeping that pressure on. It's going to be a big fast bunch sprint at the end. Timing is going to be key. I pop up to the front there. Don't want to be there, I want to be slightly further back at this stage of the race. Just conserving my energy in the pack. I'm in no mood to do any work this evening. I want to make sure I don't get caught on any of these corners though. Luckily they're not too sharp, not stringing things out too much. The final 1.5 kilometres is a triangle. We'll go past the finish line and there'll be 2 sharp right-handers and we'll come back on ourselves towards the finish. And there's the halfway point, the yellow arch, just outside 10 minutes. So we hit some cobbles. Those are just decorative at this stage. They do not have an effect on rolling resistance. That might be introduced in a future release. I would certainly add a bit of interest to races, maybe another tactical angle for riders to explore. So stood on this gentle downhill. Riders are just cruising nicely at the moment. My bike is making a few clicking noises. That's never reassuring. Don't want to end up like earlier today, shipping a chain in his sprint. Sorry, should have given you a heads up on potential spoilers there. I will be doing a Mike's 10k video in the near future, giving you guys a bit of an insight into my setup. It's nothing special, not fancy, it's functional, but it's got everything I need. So keep an eye out for that on the channel in the coming weeks. See Chris Hopkinson there in the OTR kit, easy to spot with the bright green stripes. He's an engine. When you've got a field this size, it's very difficult to get away. Riders are able to rotate, gain that draft. So they're 150, 200, 300 watts worth of saving from being in that draft. So you usually putting out 600 or 700 watts just to get away off the front. So pretty much the group all still together, 60 riders. See how it's stretched 25 metres from the front to the back. Riders are going to be fighting for position. There's Nick Stevenson now then from Westerley, gets on the front. You can see his numbers are red. The bar under his name is red. He eases back off. Mark Robottle comes back through. Been doing a lot of work on the front today. We're trying to tee it up with Ratio teammates. Inside 5 to go. Around about 5.5 minutes from this point. We've got those two corners towards the end, and the last little drag, marginally uphill at 0.5%, but in a bunch this size, that's not going to be very noticeable. My bike continues to squeak away. Too much power, that's what that is. Frame can't handle it. You've got N Lee there just to the front in the purple kit. One of our female riders. staying up near the front. Marcus Bergqvist as well, also coming to the front. Christophe Constant, French rider. Sala, the Spanish rider, he did well back in week 2. He's now coming to the Royal Borough of Windsor, home of Windsor Castle, the Queen's English residence outside of London. For those who've been following the British news recently, that's where the funeral of Prince Philip, the Queen's late husband, was held just a few weeks ago. Here we are then, entering Eton, 2.5k to go. Pace is picking up now. The riders battle for position. Got a sweeping left-hander. And 2 sharp right-handers. So I'm back in position. Trying to concentrate on lots of things here. Inside the final mile. So here comes that right-hander. And there's the Flamme Rouge, 1k to go. Oh, and Robot takes it. Oh, I'm swamped on the line for 18th. Oh, they'll bring you the live results in a second. Big tight finish as expected. Half a second split in the top 25 then. Ooh. There we are, there's the live results. A win for Mark Rowbottom of Westerley Racing, with Matthias Bergqvist marginally behind, 0.019 seconds, and then Gaetan Callas 0.05 seconds behind. Nick Stevenson of Westerley, the best placed purple rider, Jan van Linden in 5th, Reemans in 6th, Christian Eeg in 7th, John Samu in 8th, and Mick Greenall, last week's winner, in 9th, David Ellis in 10th. Feel that at 0.17 seconds. Split in the top 10, a range of powers there. That Jan Linden 3.55, Nick Stevenson 4.32 watts per kilo. Possibly Nick's a bit of a lighter rider, or Jan is just a good rider. Surfing the wheels on a dead heat for Reemans and Linden there, that both given the same time difference. Oh, I think I came 18th in the end there. Don't know if I mistimed my sprint, but that was a tough finish. All about timing and a big sprint finish like that. Not done too many sprints lately, so maybe I need to go away and work on that timing. My teammate Ned Bowen just took 11th place there. So in the team classification, we both finished fairly high. So hopefully that'll be good for that competition. But yeah, having a look at my numbers there, not quite hitting numbers that I know I'm capable of. So I need to go away and have a little look at that. But we'll be here again in 2 weeks' time for race number 4. All of the sign up is available on rgtdb.com. They've also supplied us with tonight's results. So all your course details, upcoming races, group rides, team time trial information, that's all available there. Thanks to ZMS for giving us the live coverage tonight. I've been Mike Lister, and I will catch you all again soon. Thanks for tuning in.